What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'll be showing you guys my 2021 paintball gear bag. So I actually made a paintball gear bag video a couple months ago for my 2021 gear bag. I believe it was in January, but since then my gear has upgraded a lot and I've gotten a lot of new things, so I decided I'd finally make a new gear bag video. So I guess we'd start off with the first part and the easiest part. It's my jersey. It's the HK Army Hostile jersey, and I believe it's like $90. It has this light padding on the arms and then on the chest too. It's not very heavy, it's breathable, it's comfortable. Yeah, I actually really like it, especially for the price. I highly recommend this jersey. It comes in multiple colors. Next we have a thing that I use all the time, every time I go paintballing, either before I go paintballing or during. Rogue Energy, let it focus. So Rogue Energy gives you energy, focus, and endurance. It has 5 calories and no sugar. Don't forget to use code ZELIC at checkout for 10% off if you want to buy this. You don't have to, obviously, but it actually helps me out a lot because I don't know if you guys have seen, but in a lot of my paintball videos, I say I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I hate squatting. I'm too tall for it. There's one back left, but like I'm tired to squat. I'm tired. Because usually at the end of the day, I'm like really worn out because I didn't have any of this. So I highly recommend getting this. You can get a starter kit, which comes with a shaker and 5 single serving packs if you don't want to commit to getting a tub, and you can choose whatever flavors you want. Actually, they gave me a 5 free single serving packets when I got sponsored by them. So anyway, don't forget to check that out. First link in the description. Next, we got the tank. We have this HK Army Vice Grip, I believe. It's like the red swirl variant. It's really useful. It's grippy, so it won't be sliding around when you're holding it. It's really comfortable. It also protects the tank from getting broken because there's this hydro dip on it, which is like this glossy coating, and you don't want to crack that or else you have to get it rehydrated. I believe that's what hydro dips are. And under this I got the Empire Megalite 68 4500. I actually really like this tank. The one thing I don't like is the regulator. The regulator is pretty crappy. As you can see, there's a bunch of like silver stuff that's from the threads wearing out, and sometimes I struggle putting the threads into my gun. So I would say to go with a Ninja Light or Super Light, or just a Ninja tank that has one of the regs. Like the adjustable regulator will do you fine. They're way more durable. Even though it's more expensive, it's definitely worth it because this can mess up your gun's threads and it can mess up your tank threads. And once the threads on your tank are broken, you gotta buy a new regulator, which is like $50 to $70. So I'd recommend getting a Ninja tank. I'll probably do that in the future. It's just a really big investment because Ninja tanks cost like $170 or $150. This was $140. Anyway, moving on, you got the mask. Last time you guys saw, all I had was the basic V-Force Grills mask, which is still what I have. I added some stuff to it. I always cover it with this microfiber when I put it in, I don't know what to call this, case, bag. I always put this over it so it doesn't get scratched up. Buy the bag because lenses are also very expensive. They're like $60. So anyway, I got the V-Force Grills Special Edition Red White. I actually really like this mask. It's super comfortable, has a flexible bottom, so you have a higher chance to get bounces. The foam is really nice and soft and comfortable. It doesn't like irritate your skin or anything. And I have the METAMORPH lenses, so what this does is, 1, it looks cooler, 2, it makes the inside a little bit darker. I can actually show you guys one sec. See, you can kind of get a view. That's what it looks like on the inside. So when it's a really sunny day, the sun won't be reflecting off your lenses, because actually the first time I played, when I had my clear lenses, the sun was shining on it and I could barely see. It was like all over my mask. I could barely see. And with this, it's basically like sunglasses. Also protects you from UV rays and stuff like that. So when you look at the sun, it's not nearly as bright. So yeah, these are basically sunglasses. They were like $60. I also decided to put the visor on top of it. One, in my opinion, it definitely looks cooler with the visor. It also helps protect the lenses from getting rain on it, and it protects the top. There are these little breathing vents from getting rain to the inner lenses, because you do not want a lot of water getting into your dual pane thermal lenses, or else they will no longer be anti-fog. So anyway, here's the mask. I'll be putting everything on at the end of the video. Next, also another thing that you guys have never seen before, my HK Army base 3+4, I believe, so it can hold 7 pods total. It was pretty cheap. It was only like $40, and it's still very high quality and very comfortable. I highly recommend to get a high quality pod pack, because when I first started out, I got this cheap $10 Tippmann pod pack. It wasn't comfortable. There's no padding. It bounced around. It's all right if you just plan on playing like once a month, or even just a few times a year. You'd be fine getting this, but you know, since I'm starting to play SPEEDBALL and tournament play more, I'd recommend a good pod pack. Every time you open it, the pods will just pop out like that, really easy to get, and it's not gonna fall out either. So anyway, going on to the pods, I got Valken pods. I got some red ones to match my color scheme. These are actually really nice pods. They're only like $2.50 or something like that. So on the cheaper side, and they're still really durable. So anyway, that's what I'm running. There are 4 straps here, and it just stretches onto your body. As I said, I'll put it on later. Moving on, we got the hopper. So I have the GI Sports Level. I got it on ANS on sale for $85 when it's normally $155. Here it is from the front. It kind of looks like a Dye R2. I actually really like the look of it. Anyway, sorry about that. Someone came into the room. Also, the GI Sports Level comes with a speed feed. I actually really like the speed feed. It looks really cool. And this will save you a lot of money, because like I know for the Spire 3, they're like $45 speed feeds, which is crazy to me. I have a friend who has one of those speed feeds, and they definitely are a lot better than these, but I'd still recommend this hopper. You can also open the lid. It's a spring. It also comes with the rain lid that you put on top, and I'll show you guys that later. There's a button. It takes 4 AA's. It's a little bit loud, but once you have paint in it, you can barely hear it. And definitely the shot of your gun shooting will be louder than this. So honestly, the noise from the hopper, people make a big deal about it. It's really not a big deal. It's actually helpful sometimes, because when I run out of paint, it's easy to hear that your hopper's out. So I still recommend this hopper. A lot of people would trash it, but I really like it. They do say that the lid can pop open when you're doing some snake dives. And I have done Superman's, and it has opened on me once, but not a lot of paint fell out. Wasn't a big deal. So I guess if you were deciding that you're mainly a snake player and you're gonna be playing snake a lot and doing a lot of Superman dives, then I guess don't get this hopper. But I'd still recommend this to everyone. And there are also eyes in it, so I turn it on. Put my pretend like this is a paintball. When paintballs are in it and you're not firing, the hopper won't spin. Once you start shooting paint, it starts feeding through the tube. It starts spinning. It also does not break paint easily with the, I can try to show you. That's the part, there's this little white rubber piece, that circle over there, it spins, and that's how it feeds the paint. There are also 3 speed modes. This is the slowest speed for shooting, because I believe the first one shoots about like 12 balls a second, and I do not shoot nearly that much. I shoot like 10.5 balls a second. When it was a tournament, I was shooting 11. Moving on to the guns, I have the Planet Eclipse Emek, which I mainly use as a lender now. I don't really use it that often. I did use it last time I went, and I'm planning on posting a video of me using it probably next week. So anyway, this is a really nice gun. They have increased the price of it. It used to be $220, that's what I bought it for. Now it's $270. It's still a great beginning marker. It's also a great mechanical marker. It's really durable. It has this I don't know, GRN material on it. That's what everything's made out of. There's pretty much the only metal pieces, like the safety and the bolt. It runs the gamma core bolt. I put this baseball bat grip tape on it, which I think looks really cool. Gives you that extra grip, that extra comfort when you're grabbing it. I actually really like it, and it was $7, and I still have enough tape to wrap it again. And I've had people play with this. They've literally dumped it in the mud once, and literally the tape's still on. So I got this from Walmart. It's really nice. I do not have an on-off ASA. It does not come with one, and I did not want to bother spending $50 for an ASA on a gun that I don't really use anymore. We also got the spray painted detents. I put red spray paint on it from Walmart. It was pretty easy to do. And anyways, spray painted detent, spray painted bolt cap. I have the Super Stanchy Customs 3D printed trigger. It comes with a post and pre-travel screw valve. What? Screw pin? Man, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. There's a pre-post. There's one more. I forgot what it's called. But there's one up there that can make it to where your trigger can start off being really far forward, or you can make it to where the trigger is like this all the time and you only have to push it a little. But to me, I can't click it that fast. There are YouTube tutorials on how to adjust it good. And this is, I also have a light. I used a ballpoint pen spring, so it has a really light trigger pull, but it's still not nearly as light once you put air in it. It's a really great gun. Anyways, going with the Emek, I also had the PAL hopper that I did this cool spray paint splatter effect. I was really proud of it. So I spray painted, I put latex gloves on my hand. I spray painted my hand. I flicked my hand like that too. It's really cool spray pattern. It's gonna look different for everyone, but I'm actually really proud of how this turned out. It has this PAL hopper feeding system, so there's a little shelf there, so it lowers the weight of the balls that are going down to the, I guess, it's not really the feed neck, because the feed neck's on the gun, but this feeding tube right here, and there's this little button that gets pressed that will agitate the hopper by this little red piece, as you can see right here. So every time you shoot, that red piece will pop up. You can kind of see it poking out. It will pop up and it will agitate the hopper. Now, going on to my new gun, which I have talked about and you guys have seen me use, but I haven't really gotten in depth to it because I haven't had a Gearbag video with this in it yet. I run the Die Rise Maxed. I believe it's like 375, something like that. It's a really nice gun. It's not made out of aluminum. There's an aluminum trigger, bolt cap. There is an aluminum feed neck, and what is this called? I really don't know the names of things anymore because I used to do a lot of research. Whatever this is called, I forgot what this is called. Please don't bash me in the comment section. It does have this remote line. Also, I don't know if this is called a remote line, but it has this on it. I really don't know my words anymore. And this is how the air feeds. And some people have a big problem. They think that you can break it or that it will get in the way, but really it doesn't get in the way. It's not like you're putting your hand up here. I've never had an issue with this. If this wasn't here, I would not notice it. It has this really nice light trigger. I've adjusted it to how I like. There's a pre and post travel screw. I really like this trigger. There's also one more screw, which I forgot the name of again. It has this nice rubber grip. Has an on-off ASA, which is kind of hard to engage, and sometimes it's kind of annoying because like it's a little difficult to switch it on and off, and sometimes I think it's on and it's really not. It runs on a 9-volt battery. It also has eyes, so right now eyes are off, so it's not firing. Eyes are on, so it's not firing. Once I put my finger in the tube, don't do this at home, it's just that there's no air, so it's not like it's gonna chop my finger off. It lights up green, take the finger out, it's red. So only fire when there's a ball in the tube, ball in the feed neck, ball in the breech, whatever. So I can actually turn it. So this top button is to turn it on, and this bottom one is to turn on and off the eyes. So I'll hold it. You'll see it starts blinking. You can hear that it's a lot louder. There's a clicking. I think I use PSP ramping. So you click it like 3 times, and after the 3 clicks, it'll start shooting 2 balls every time you click. So that's what I use in tournaments. Right now it's set at like 10.4 balls a second. There's also this pretty cool eye pipe system. So you can, I'm not gonna take it out because it's kind of annoying to put back in, but there's this little plastic piece that is used for the eyes. So one, you can easily take out the piece, just put your finger in there, pull out the piece, and you can just wash it off or wipe it down and then put it back in, and your eyes are clean just like that. You don't need to unscrew anything and replace the detents or whatever. And also it is self-cleaning, so if you do get a ball break in the breech, some of it will shoot out, some of the paint will shoot out, and it'll actually clean it so your eyes don't get plugged and it thinks that there's a ball in the breech the whole time. So that's really helpful. You'd still need a squeegee, which, speaking of squeegees, I use an ANSgear squeegee for like $2. I recommend these. I just put them in the washer and they wash up nice, but they still have fallen apart. But for $2, not a big deal. As you can see, it's kind of falling apart. I've already had one of them where the whole thing fell off, but really, you can buy like 5 for, I don't know if they're $1 or $2 each, but you can buy at least, you can buy 5 for the max of $10 for 5 of them. They'll last you a decent amount of time, so I do recommend these. I forgot what the bolt system on this is called, but you guys can look into that. So this is the gun I run. I actually highly recommend it. I recommend it over the Mini GS. I have shot in one. The Mini GS does have some things that are better than this, but overall, I would pick this, especially since it's not as tiny. And like literally, my hands are decently big. I'm like 5'10", so the Mini would be way too small for me. But not bashing it, a lot of people do like it. It's just not my gun. Dang, I just smashed that on my Emek. Next, I got the, I'm stupid, but anyway. I got the barrel that I use for the Emek. It's the Custom Products 1-piece 14-inch 0.685 bore auto cocker / cocker threaded barrel. It's really nice. I highly recommend a barrel upgrade on your Emek because the stock Emek barrel is loud and it does not shoot accurately. It would like swerve to the right and swerve to the left. It still kind of does it with this, but this is a lot better. So I would highly recommend this. It's only $30, which is a really good price for a barrel. Anyway, moving on. What else do I have? Okay, so all that we got left in the main sections of the bags are the squeegees. As you can see for this one, that whole part fell off. So this is important stuff. Here are my HK Army Houston Heat gloves. These were the only gloves that were on sale that were red, so I went with the Houston Heat. Has the Heat logo there, has the little star. These are pretty good gloves. They're fingerless for your index and middle finger, which is what you use to shoot, so it's really easy to move it. I'm glad I did not get a full coverage glove. There's this little palm pads, which are actually really useful. So when you slide, you put your hand on your ground and use your hand as like a pivot point. And if you fall on the ground and like slap your palm on it, you can actually really injure your hand. So this is very helpful. It may look grippy, but this isn't really grippy material, but I definitely can grip my gun better. It also looks cooler because ain't nobody want to see your just pasty hands, at least for me. I got the medium size, so this is the medium size, and they're actually really nice gloves. And I hate getting shot because when I played my first tournament, I probably got shot in the hands more than anything. I think I got shot in the hands like 15 times, which I have no clue how. I guess I was just playing super compact, and that's basically all they could hit, which is good. So I highly recommend a pair of gloves. My hands were literally purple even when these gloves were on. I got shot, and they were all bruised up, and that's with protective gloves on. So definitely get yourself a pair of gloves, unless you don't mind getting shot in the hands. I hate it though. Anyways, moving on. I don't know, this is upside down. I use the HK Army. I really do not know the name. HK Army headband. Comes in this cool packaging. It has this microfiber on it. I don't know if it's a microfiber. It's just like this towel to protect you from having sweat dripping down to your eyes. Because when there's sweat in your eyes, you can't take off your mask mid-game and like wipe it off. And it will also make your mask fog up more. Although my V-Force grills have literally never fogged up on me ever. So I just think it looks cool, it's comfortable, and it keeps sweat from going on your face, which is good obviously. So this is 20 bucks. You should really like it. I'm not gonna put it on fully because I'll do it at the end. But you can kind of see. That's what it looks like. Makes my forehead look big though. Anyway, moving on. I say moving on a lot. I have the Social Paintball elbow pads. I was gonna say arm pads. Elbow pads. These are really nice. These are really great budget paintball arm pads. These are only $30. They're very comfortable, super lightweight. Like probably only like less than a quarter pound. Probably like a fifth of a pound. And it has a higher chance to get bounces. It hurts a lot less when you get shot in the arms. Because, you know, when you're shooting, okay, this is like a more compact thing. When you're shooting and you're peeking out, all that's really showing is this, your hand, and like your face. So you'll get shot in the arms a lot. I also use these for sliding and diving and stuff like that, which is really useful. It has these little hand things that you can slip your finger through. So if you don't have gloves, it can protect like this part of your hand, which is useful. And if you're wearing this, you don't have to worry. It's so thin that you can put a glove on top of it. So there are the elbow pads. You can see they're kind of getting scraped down. That's why I recommend putting the elbow pads under your jersey. Unless it's a really hot day and you're just wearing a shirt, put it under your jersey. So now I have this elbow padding and a little, this is extremely light. Do not expect this to help you. I do not recommend sliding with just the hostile jerseys. This just gives you a little bit of that extra protection. Next, I got the Exalt knee pads. They were like $55. These are very comfortable. I got the medium size. Oh yeah, I don't know if I said that. I got small arm pads. These are the medium knee pads. They were very tight when I first put them on. Like, it was so constricting, and like when I had it on my knees, it cut off the circulation to my legs. So I almost sold them, but I figured I'd give it a shot. So before I went paintballing, I wore these on my knees for like 3 hours straight, and eventually they did break in and they stretched out, and now they're super comfortable. You can barely tell they're on. They do leave a little mark on your knee, but you know, that's kind of a good thing because you know it's gonna stay there and not slip off. It has this little Velcro strap tightener that you could use if it was too big for you, and I do use it. Anyway, here it is. It's super comfortable. This foam is very high quality, and when I slide, I can't even feel it. And even if you're not sliding, a good pair of knee pads is useful, because if you're kneeling on rocks and playing WOODSBALL, that hurts really bad, and you don't want that. So these are the knee pads. Yeah. Let's see what's in this pocket. I always wrap my GoPro in a microfiber. It's a really big investment. You don't want to damage it, especially since I want to have the best quality YouTube videos I can. I don't want my lenses getting scratched up. So here's my new GoPro, which I've only talked about in one video and I haven't even showed it. It's the GoPro Hero 8. Yeah, I believe it's like $300. It's a really nice GoPro. It has this really cool stabilization feature. You can record in 4K. You can record in 120 frames per second. I believe you can do it actually higher than that. There's slow-mo, there's stabilization, there's a bunch of cool settings. I really like this GoPro. I use the GoPro branded head strap. So I put the strap on, and then I put on my, I put on my headband, I put on the GoPro, and I put on my mask. I think I might consider getting an HK mask mount for your GoPro so you can put it in the, man, I don't even know the names. They're like these little air things up there. But also I like keeping my visor on, so I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, this is what I run. It's really nice. And there's a bunch of color settings that you can mess with and everything like that. Anyways, I use microfibers from Walmart. It was like $5 for 3 of them, so I believe. So these are just car microfibers. They actually clean your lenses really well, and you can also wash them and reuse them when they get dirty. Here's my SSC. Here's the stock trigger with the stock, I believe it's called, what is it called? The stock ball bearings. So this is all my old stuff. I actually use a toothbrush from the dollar store to clean my gear. I should probably get a better cleaner, but this is what I use. I can literally get like into all the crevices of all my gear, scrub it off. I literally probably use it for everything. I even use it for my tank because there's paint and dirt sometimes in the crevices. Scrape that off. This is kind of worn down because I haven't changed this out. Like, I got this when I started playing, so probably should change that out. Here is my old GoPro. I used to use the GoPro Hero Plus. It's only 1080. There's only a wide angle, so like it will only shoot like a really wide angle. You can't choose to make it like really small for a more cinematic thing. There's also no stabilization. There's way less camera features, but you guys have seen in my first like probably 8 to 10, I believe, probably my first 8 paintball videos, I use this. You can see a huge difference. The GoPro Hero 8 looks way more crisp. And I know this video is kind of dragging on for a while, but I really want to get into detail on everything because I want you guys to know what I have, and if you considered buying it, you'd have a pretty decent review, because these gearbag videos are pretty much reviewing. Like, it can be, like, every section could be a whole video technically, because I'm reviewing everything. Here's the rain lid from my GI level. So, you can put this, I'm not going to put it on. You can put it on top, and you can pop it out easily. So if it's raining, you can put that on, and you just need to open the lid. I have one of these barrel bags. They're not really bags though, but it's this barrel bag. That's what I use on my gun. What else? I don't know. I got this tripod that came with my GoPro Hero Plus. Oh, I also forgot to mention the barrel that comes with my paintball gun. I actually have the gloves on because I was about to show you guys my gear. It is a 14 or 15 inch barrel. It's called, I believe, the Die Ultralight barrel. It's really nice. It's a 689 bore. This shoots way straight. It's a 2-piece. It shoots way straighter than my custom products barrel. Even though they're the same size, it's a lot quieter, it's more air efficient, shoots a lot straighter, shoots further. It's a great barrel. It's so amazing. You guys won't understand unless you get a good high quality barrel. Unless you guys already have one, obviously you'd understand. But a good barrel is a great investment, or else you'll be wasting paint trying to hit people because your barrel isn't shooting straight. So I'd recommend that. I also have my Planet Eclipse Allen wrench kit that came with my Emek, which is always useful. I got my Planet Eclipse grease right here. I have my Planet Eclipse Emek extra part kit, and that is pretty much it. And I'm going to show you guys what I look like when I have all my gear on. Alright guys, so here's what I look like with all my gear on. Have my whole gun put together, the Die Rise Max, GI level, Empire Megalite, got the Die UL barrel, V-Force grills, HK Army Hostile jersey, got my HK headband on. I didn't put my GoPro on because there's really no point, you guys seen that. I don't have my knee pads or elbow pads on right now because you guys wouldn't see it anyways. I got the pants I'm using. So, and I also got my HK Hostile gloves, so as you can see, it's really comfortable. I really like the look. I got all my colors matching. There's white here and white here, and white here. There's also black, red. Everything's matching. I really like my setup. I'm really proud of it. I babysitted for all of my money, so I worked hard to get all this stuff, as you can see. I think it looks really cool, and I highly recommend pretty much everything I have in my gear bag. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy Don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and I'll be posting a gameplay next week. And yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys next time.